a good combination. Ladar! Look, I caught something! This has bad news bears written all over it.
Oh, I'm watching that sister go, I guess, a little bit. Just eat her in a little bit.
Down a little bit, George?
Yeah, come down.
Come down to just above the deck?
Yep.
Okay. Come in?
Yeah. Right there, stop, down.
What? Because we're gonna roll like that.
Okay, pull the fence back up on it. Hold it right there.
Oh, it is. If it goes wrong, we'll blow her out the face and we'll get it made.
It's not touching back there yet. Doing this to hold it or what?
Yeah, just to hold it.
No, this end's not down though. By half an inch anyhow. Hey, did you bring any of the wedges? Yeah. Probably should put a wedge. No. I just like put down the half inch and see what happens.
Okay, go ahead and sit down.
It's down. And it's off. Okay.
Right here is why I got this skid loader.
Back up a little bit.
It's very gentle. Clear? They had that on already? Georgia Site
Big bump we had on, but
Georgia Site.
Oh no, it's not the biggest log we've had on. That last one wasn't the biggest log we had on.
well, I said we've had 31 or 30, well, 30 or 31 on it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to take 28.
That's a Steve move right there.
No, you just whittle down, just like we did the last one.
That's a Steve power play. It'll only take 28 minutes. I think we could shoehorn 30 through it.
Huh?
That's a big negative on that business.
Let me get in there. If I break it up,
Yeah,
I won't be mad at anybody.
You can be mad at me all you want, it ain't gonna bother me. It's like me being mad at you. Don't bother you. I think you can actually get through it at that, but that's about all you're gonna get.
wedge shape is what you call it. Okay.
That's as close as it's ever gonna get.
Yeah, it looks real. It looks good.
I'm still thinking that part to get on there. Barely, I think.
Well, if you look at it from over back here,
From the side, it looks like,
it looks like it's clear.
Is that because you just move your head down a little bit, or?
No, but
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
You got rude now.
golden.
Fire it out. Let's go. We're talking about
Send
doing
it. Go
something.
ahead, put it in high.
We're talking about doing something. He looks wrong.
Well, the question is, once I cut through it, about holding it there.
It's gonna stay there.
All right.
It's just like cutting a little thin slab. They just lay there.
Whew.
I want to play this dirt though. I want to push all this shit.
I recorded that. I don't know if I'm going to leave it in or not, but the Yoder can never have enough loaders. Too bad I don't own the skid loader. It's probably better off. But yep, had a good day. Took them all to really do the sawmill stuff. We only used the Yanmar first thing in the morning.
I just figured out, oh, it's not going to work.
Well, we didn't break anything. It just didn't work the way we wanted.
No.
So, alright, well I made a huge dent in my sawmill pile. Saw log pile. Same difference. It's late in the day. We're tired, okay? But that's going to be a wrap, at least for this weekend. So, see everybody later. Makes it nice, but you don't have to have them. Alright guys, so here is probably legitimately the hardest part about sawmilling. It's what do you make out of something. Roughly here I have a 8x8 is what I have. My original idea was I was going to make 4x4s out of it. And then I started thinking maybe some 2x8s wouldn't be a bad idea, and then I could always rip them down into 2x4s. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and consult my pile, because these are 14. This log on the mill right now is 14 foot long. So, or roughly, it's real close, 14. So that'd be decent beam material. Because I have, looks like I have 5 4x4s, and I got a fair bit of 2x6s. 2x4s, I have some. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I see at least 18 2x4s without looking too hard. Might be a couple down in there. I don't know if them are 2x6s or not. So, I don't know. That's what takes a lot of time. And that's only 8 foot stuff. That's probably 10 or 11, I think. That's what they ended up. And then that'll probably be like, real close 12s, I think, are the bottom. So, I don't know. That's the difficult part. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to think of what I want to do with the material. I would love to rip the project bay off and frame it the same way the barn is. But, in the same hindsight, it works. Because if I rip it off, it's going to end up bigger. You guys already know that. And it's going to be a rework on my wood stove. So, I'm torn. 14 foot 4x4s, because that's what that's actually made out of, is 4x4s, the barn. All the structure except for the roof is 4x4s. So, I don't know, because I have maybe plans to build like another shop or something, or if I rip that off and do that, then maybe I'll make another 12x12 hut somewhere. You know, you guys know how it is as soon as you start thinking. So, anywho's, guess I'm gonna go back to cutting here and see what I can do. I guess worst comes to worst. I mean, I can always buy stuff. Just kind of trying to make stuff that I can use. So 2x8s, which is roughly what this is going to be over here. This is the one off the top, so it's going to be a little not as nice, but I can get a 2x8 out of it. Most of it will be 2x8. Have a few little spots in it down there, but it is what it is. So that's really what takes time, sawmilling, thinking. And also, it sounds like they're mowing the road banks. Nice. So here's what I did in the situation that I just told you and talked to you about. I got 4, and these are all 14 foot, 4 2x4s, 2 4x4s, and 1 pretty decent looking 2x8 that was out of the junk I cut off the top to try and square it up better. So, not too shabby. And I mean, some of the stuff, even in the junk pile here, you could turn it into something if you wanted to. For me, a lot of it's probably going to end up firewood. Now, there may be a few things I take out of there and maybe re-mill or something. Like this piece back here, if you really wanted to, you could probably get a 2x4 out of that. But I'm not trying to save every last piece. Just, you know, if I get some out of it, I'm happy with that. I don't know what's going on with that piece. I wonder if that's the one the saw blade messed up on and it's like this. It's probably that piece. So anywho's, I'm done with that log, and I got a 1:30 appointment today, and I believe it's probably about 11 o'clock at this point. So I think I'm going to get this off of the loader. Again, still don't need forks. Would they be handy? Yup. And stack that up, and there is a pretty good chance of rain today and tomorrow, so I need to get my lumber pile covered over. And I also need to put some air in that tractor tire. The loader started out 3 inches off the ground. Yep. So, anywho's, let me do all that, and I guess I'll get back at you guys, and if I don't, I don't. Later. I only have 3 more logs to mill up. that I want to mill up. Even over there, that's a pile of stuff that's There's some 4x4s and stuff in there. That one log I did, the log was questionable at best. So, they could go in a pile, but they're not like, I don't know if I'd use them for anything structural, is what I'm saying. So boys, I think I'm finally done sawmilling, and I haven't done any more footage since like Tuesday maybe? I don't know, whatever video I did of loading the logs that night. I think that was about the last thing I did. But I believe I'm all done. All I got is there's a couple short chunks, one there, and they're both wise, so they're even not really good for like wide pieces. Might be okay. There's a chunk of ash over there I kind of want to play with just for fun, because what's the worst thing happens? They're firewood now, I go to mill them up. You know, they're just smaller pieces of firewood, so not really losing anything, but yeah, I got the mill all cleaned up, I believe. At least it's cleaned up pretty good. I got this last batch to stack. It feels and looks like it's going to rain. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's roughly, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's pretty dark. I don't know if I've showed the stack of wood on camera or not. I think I did once, when I was talking about why it takes so long to mill lumber. But I got quite the stack, boys. That's a full stack of lumber there. And I got everything from 2x18s to, there's 4x4s in the back. I don't know, 10, 12, or no, 14s. Might be a couple 12s, some 8s. I don't know. There's a little bit of 1x stuff floating around, not a whole lot. But yeah, I'm going to get that stacked over here and get the tarp over this stuff, because after today it is supposed to rain for quite a while. So I have to get some projects in the shop I want to work on, and that's going to be a wrap for this weekend, guys. Sunday night. Might as well say, oh, I do have something in my pocket that needs to go back in that toolbox, which is Georgia's tape measure. Oh, now Georgia's tape measure is on the ground. Hold on. 6 o'clock. 6:04. So, get all that done. It's gonna be a wrap for this weekend. Go ahead and edit up some YouTube videos, and still getting ready for the mowing. So later, guys.